Today, no, our gospel and our readings, no, for this Sunday is very beautiful. Why? Because it talks about a very important message in each one of us. When you try to notice the first reading and the gospel, meron po tayong bida, no? And who are the main characters in our first reading and in our gospel? No? The characters, okay, are both widows. No? Kaya mapapansin niyo po dyan doon sa slide, no? On the left side is the story of the first reading wherein the prophet Elijah visited, no, a town called Zarephath and encountered a widow. And during that time, no, her son was terribly ill and terminally ill. And then, unfortunately, the son died. Pero with the prayers and the plea of the prophet Elijah, no, the son was brought back to life. In our gospel, it was Jesus himself who encountered when he visited a town called Nain, no, a widow who was ready to bury her son. She's not only a widow, but she only had one child. And unfortunately, yun yung namatay. No? So the gospel and the reading today is all about widows. No? Meron pa po ditong mga widows na? Wala po. Wala pa naman nag-aasam maging widow, no? Wag naman po sana. No? But what is the message, no? And what is the importance of Jesus, no, and our readings for today would stress on the widows. Alam niyo po, the widows are considered to be the least, no, among the society of the Jews during the time of Jesus. Pero at this point, Jesus makes them important in our message today. Why? Because if you will try to encounter, if you try to read the Bible, no, these are only among the few stories about widows. In fact, in the New Testament, there are some famous encounters about widows. No? One is probably the well-known is the widow's mite. Kung maalala nyo, no? Widow entered the temple and just gave 2 pennies. No? But that's all she had. No? And then the second one is the story about the widow and her 7 husbands. When the Pharisees would try to interrogate Jesus and said, kung may 7 siyang asawa at lahat namatay, pagdating niya at namatay din siya sa langit, kanino siya mapupunta? Hindi ba? And then another one is about the apostles' instructions to the 7 deacons to take care of them. No? They are very important. No? Why? Because now they are giving 2 important messages. Our widows in the first reading and in our gospel today, next slide, ayaw gumalaw eh. Yan. Would talk about life and faith. No? These 2 are very important. No? Among all the blessings that we receive in our life, the most important blessing is the gift of life. Kaya nga isa lang ang binigay sa atin. Because that is a very important blessing. And we would always have to take care of our life. But what is life if we do not rely on the help of God? That's why there is a saying that life should always come with faith. Kapag wala kang pananampalataya, your life will be nothing. That's why there is what we call, hindi po yan. There is a saying, no, that talks about what life is all about. When we try to picture our life in this earth today, there are 2 perceptions. And I'd like to share to you an old story about 2 friends. No? They are women, and one of the women, okay, is a hairdresser. At yung kaibigan niya, yung friend niya, always loves to travel. So one day, bumisita yung kanyang kaibigan, nagpa-parlor. At nung nagpa-parlor, tinanong siya nung kaibigan niya, sabi niya, ba't ka nagpapa-parlor? May pupuntahan ka na naman, ano? Tapos sabi niya, oo, kasi ako ay bibisita. No? Ako ay pupunta sa Rome. Sabi niya, Rome? Ano gagawin mo sa Rome? Kasi gusto kong pumunta sa Vatican at gusto kong makita si Pope. So yun ang sabi niya. And this friend of hers, yung hairdresser, sabi niya, naku, alam mo ba, kagagaling ko lang sa Rome. Ngayong mga buwan na to, hindi maganda pumunta sa Rome kasi ang init-init. No? Huwag ka na pumunta doon. Baka hindi ka lang matuwa, mag-enjoy. Sabi niya, hindi naman siguro. And then suddenly, the hairdresser asked her friend, sabi niya, ano bang sasakyan mong airlines? Tapos may sinabi siyang airline. No? Halimbawa, Continental Airlines. Sabi nung kaibigan, naku, huwag ka sasakay doon. Palaging delayed yun, hindi masarap ang pagkain. Parang palang yan, palaging delayed. Palaging late. No? And then she just smiled. And then sabi niya, ano nga ba talagang gagawin mo sa Rome? Ba't ka pa pupunta doon? Ang init-init ng panahon. And then sabi niya, gusto ko nga makita si Pope. Sabi niya, naku, wag na. Kasi sa dami ng tao doon, hindi mo rin siya makita, parang langgam lang siya. At baka hindi ka pa makalapit sa kanya. No? But her friend continued to go there. So after a month na nakabalik na, binisita niya ulit yung kanyang kaibigang hairdresser. And then sabi niya, kamusta na? Ano nangyari sa'yo? Nag-enjoy ka ba? In a sarcastic way. At ang sagot ng kanyang kaibigan, of course I enjoyed. Sabi niya, talaga? Kamusta yung flight mo? Sabi niya, alam mo ba, fully booked yung airlines. At dahil fully booked at madalas ako nagta-travel, in-upgrade ako sa business class. No? Yun ang sabi sa kanya. Kaya nag-enjoy ako at masarap yung pagkain ko. And then sabi nung kanyang kaibigang hairdresser, okay, nung pumunta ka sa Rome, ano nangyari? Sigurado hindi mo nakita si Pope. Sabi niya, ano ka? Nakarating ako doon at totoo maraming taong bumibisita sa Vatican. And when I arrived there, it so happened that there was a special event that they are about to choose some people from the congregation to meet the Pope. Katabi ko yung isa sa mga officials doon at nalamang Pilipino ko. So, in-invite ako na isa ako maging kasama at makausap si Pope. So, tuwan-tuwa siya. And then, the friend, the hairdresser, just continued to sneer and sabi niya, sigurado hindi mo nakausap. So, nakausap ko. Talaga? Sabi niya. Oo, kasi nakalapit ako. And when the Pope saw me and asked what my nationality is, and I said, I'm a Filipino, tuwang-tuwa siya. At actually, may tinanong nga siya. Siya, talaga, nakausap mo? Oo. Anong tinanong niya sa'yo? Sabi niya sa akin ganito, kanino ka ba nagpa-ayos ng buhok mo? Ang pangit-pangit. You know, when we try to look at our lives, sometimes there are two ways to look at life. One can look at it in a positive way. Others call themselves as the nega people. At sino yung mga nega? These are the people who would always see life in a negative perspective. Hindi maganda yan. Ako, walang mangyayari dyan. No? Everything is about negative. But when a person looks at life in a positive way, then he does not simply look at it in that way, but because he looks at it in the perspective of God. That's why it is true when we say a life with God is always a life with faith. You cannot say that you believe in God if you do not believe Him. You cannot even say, I know God, if you do not have faith in Him. But the question is, how is your faith? Is it really a faith that can move mountains? Is it a faith that can even raise people from the dead? My dear friends, it is true that when our life is filled with faith, it is just like making a first step upward, even though you do not see the whole staircase. Faith takes a lot of risk. But how many of us here would say, okay lang, because I believe in God, I know something good will happen to me. Pero kung sinasabi mo yun, but you do not make a first step, how can you say that there is really life with faith? My dear brothers and sisters, Today, each one of us is being challenged to have faith in our lives because it can even change other people's lives. Ako po have been a parish priest, since 2010 in a small parish in Pasay. And it is named under Our Lady of Fatima. When I came there, ito po yung itsura ng simbahan. Wala po siyang kumbento, wala pong laman, ang nagsisimba lang po ay 30 tao. Why? Because since it is located in Pasay and not belittling Pasay, marami pong problems ang Pasay pagdating sa peace and order. And in our area, kami po ay nasa likod lamang ng Baclaran. At doon, naandoon ang lahat ng iba't ibang uri ng tao. At during mornings, doon lang ginagawa ang mass at isa lang paggabi. Bakit? Dahil pwede lang magmisa kami ng 6 p.m. dahil pag umabot na beyond 6 p.m., yung harap po ng simbahan ay nagiging crossfire ng mga gangsters. Ang gangsters po are not the adults. These are the ones like the age of 11, 12, until 14 years old. Why? Because they are into drugs as well. And when the time I came there, I never knew that there was still a parish under the Archdiocese of Manila with this kind of situation. Ako po'y galing din dito. I have been a priest in Pinaglabanan, San Juan for 7 years. At ibang-iba po ang setup. So when I came there, I was shocked, to be honest. And sabi ko, anong gagawin dito? But yet, when I saw an old lady coming inside that old church, a small church with a capacity of only 100 seating capacity, nakita ko siya na kahit linggo, 30 lang kami, but they would always believe that something good will happen to their community. And I believed also in them. At ano po ang nangyari? In the year 2014, the Archdiocese decided to purchase a property for the community. And it was not only anymore like a small size, but we were able to purchase a 2,500 square property for the community. Why? Because they believe that something good will happen. Hindi po doon natatapos po doon. Salamat po doon sa inyong acknowledgement. After purchasing that property, the Cardinal told me, okay, Father Mike, so ayan na, ikaw na bahala magtayo ng simbahan nyo. And I said, out of the 37,000 Catholics there, only 2,000 are active. And these 2,000 people are the sidewalk vendors in Baclaran. And I never understand kung paano matatapos ang simbahan namin. But you know what? With our faith and even with their faith in God, even the simple person can make a miracle. One time, meron pong isang lalaki, hindi ko kilala, pumunta, and then sabi niya, Father, can I help you? Tapos, sige po. And then, he donated some amount of money wrapped in a piece of paper. Kala ko po mga 200, 300. Kasi considering, nung tinanong ko po kanya hanap buhay niya, siya lang po ay nagtitinda ng kape, at doon, tinapay, sa harap ng Baclaran. Pero kinikwento niya, kung hindi dahil po doon sa trabaho niyang kape, hindi po niya nakapatapos ng 2 anak sa college. And because he thanked God, because nakagraduate ang mga anak niya, hindi niya kinalimutan ang tiwala niya sa Diyos. And he paid God in return. So he approached us and said, Father, ito tulong ko. Pagbalik ko po, sa kumbento, sabi ko doon sa sekretary, sige po, paki-issue na ng receipt. Tapos, ibinalik sa akin ng secretary. Sabi ko, teka, baka may mali dito. Kasi alam niyo po kung ano nakasulat doon? It was an amount of 10,000 pesos. That particular person was just a simple person, but he was so full of faith that he was able to trust in God. Today, we heard in the gospel that even a widow who has nothing anymore at all can still rely on the faith to God. Sabi nga, totoo po yun. No? Kapag namatayan ng magulang ang mga anak, ang tawag sa kanila ay ulila. Pero kapag namatayan ng anak ang magulang, ano po ang itatawag sa kanila? This is the most painful part that a mother can bear. But there is the sense of faith in these two widows that made their child alive again. Today, God asks each one of us here now, how strong is your faith? Do we measure it by substance, like money, property, achievements? Or do we measure our faith when there is nothing at all? Trust in God because something good will happen today. Do not trust in God. I think something good will still happen because God trusts you. Amen.